Ray Fittipaldo went on 93.7 The Fan the other day and said that the Pittsburgh Steelers, maybe they handpick a wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers to try and make him happy, get him through the door as they and everybody else continues to wait for the 41-year-old quarterback. He said, quote, "Not that you have to do everything that Aaron Rodgers wants, but I do think it would make some sense if he wants Allen Lazard on the team and he doesn't want a Gabe Davis or a Keenan Allen. I think it makes all the sense in the world to go out and make him happy, obviously, at the wide receiver position. Allen Lazard, Gabe Davis, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, maybe all in the same boat here, all plugging for a 1-year deal, a revival contract in the terms of Allen Lazard. You trade for him. But when you look at the Aaron Rodgers situation, are you, because the Jets did this last year and teams have done this in the past, do you cater to him after an offseason where the message has been very clear? And that's the Pittsburgh Steelers message. I think that's why Aaron Rodgers is having such a hard time making this such an easy transition into Pittsburgh. Obviously the off the field stuff, but when it comes to football in general and free agency in general, there is no red carpet. It is almost as if it's just like finally he's here, but nobody really cares, nor is anybody really pleased or happy or excited that he's coming to Pittsburgh. It's not a warm welcome for Aaron Rodgers when he arrives in the Steelers locker room, at least not from the outside. And really not from the front office or Cam Hayward saying we're the Steelers, you either come here or you don't, or anything like that. The Steelers' message has been pretty consistent. We're going to give you a 1-year deal. We're not going to overpay for you. We don't really care if you go anywhere else or not, because we've held pretty true to our roots and how we approach this stuff. Now to go almost handpick a wide receiver for him to get him into Pittsburgh to make him happy, maybe a little bit of a change, but does it make sense? Do you give him a bit of a bone here? And is the bone worth it if you have to trade for a guy instead of just simply going and signing somebody for a cheap 1-year deal, which you would do in Allen Lazard or in Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Gabe Davis, compared to having to make a move with the Jets to go get that guy that he wants, maybe give up a 5th or a 6th round pick.
One clarifying point on that. Are we talking about this move happening after Aaron Rodgers signs, or
I would imagine, yeah. If they make it before, there's no chance. We're both in agreement there, right? You don't even think about it.
Absolutely.
Before he signs here. Okay.
Yeah, and I was just making sure, like, I didn't miss part of the quote from Fittipaldo there, that he wasn't, making some sort of plea to further entice this this situation. But I think it makes sense. I think it is going to be perfectly in line with what the Steelers are already doing, in which is catering to Aaron Rodgers and not going out and totally changing their plans or going and pivoting to a plan B to find a different quarterback. I mean, they've already, we keep banging the drum. All their eggs are in this basket as far as Aaron Rodgers is concerned. So once he's there, you might as well see what would make him most comfortable if you think that would be the best step towards winning. And so, yeah, I think, there's a consistent pattern with where Aaron Rodgers is playing, that there are usually some sort of trades or acquisitions to change the wide receiver room. That's happened, happened in Green Bay multiple times. It happened with the Jets. It'll probably happen in Pittsburgh too. I think it totally makes sense and is in line with sort of the way that they are already, the path that they are walking down with Aaron Rodgers is kind of just, we're going to have to cater to him. Do I agree with this?
Make this your best season yet with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. Eating well has never been this easy. Just heat up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want. Get outside instead of prepping and cooking indoors. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your goals. Choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. Factor powers your day with satisfying breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. It's easy to savor more this spring. Factor Factor meals. Pack in the flavor with none of the fuss. I talked about it yesterday. I'll talk about it again. If it wasn't for me, today was a prime example. Didn't eat Factor today. And you want to know what happened? I went out and I bought breakfast. I went out and I bought lunch. And now Jillian will not be home tonight. And there is a 99.9% chance I'm buying dinner. Nobody's budget can afford these things, but thankfully Factor's here for us. Get started at factormeals.com/allsteelerstalk 50 off and use our code allsteelerstalk 50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code allsteelerstalk 50 off at factormeals.com/allsteelerstalk 50 off for 50% off plus free shipping.
Not unless it nets them a very good wide receiver too. If it's just simply placating to placate your new quarterback, I am not in support of that. But if it is something that results in you getting someone that you could have, a solid 700-yard season, 800-yard season, let's call it, is that too much to ask from a wide receiver too, especially if you're, catering to this quarterback that you've been courting all summer? I
agree.
Man, I think it makes sense. I'm not sure if I fully agree or buy into that route right now.
Right? Like, what is Allen Lazard? The 700-800 number is what you're looking for in a wide receiver too. I don't think you get that in Allen Lazard. I don't think you get that in Gabe Davis or Keenan Allen, or Amari Cooper. I don't think you get that from any of the easy names on the market for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm in agreement with you. Like, to me, bringing in the familiar face, you and Aaron are buddies. You've played for so long together. Like, the chemistry is there, means literally nothing to me if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, because it's meant nothing to Aaron Rodgers in the last 2 years. He's done, I get it, the Achilles, but last year, like, Devontae Adams is still a very rare talent in the NFL, but they haven't had the success. He wasn't able to have the success with Allen Lazard or these other names that he somewhat handpicked and wanted here from Green Bay. Like, it didn't work. So in Pittsburgh, that's where I stand on the Rodgers and the wide receiver is very simple. It's present him with options that are best. And if his advice is go get Allen Lazard, you're wrong. And his advice is wrong. And you don't listen to it because that's, you're trying to win a Super Bowl. Aaron's trying to control a little bit more, if that's the case. Now, if you present him some real names, if you go out there, hey, we go get Chris Olave. We're going to talk about Terry McLaurin here in a minute. We go get Terry McLaurin. Maybe we do something absolutely nuts, which I don't think this is a possibility, but it's the name everybody keeps tossing out there. DJ Moore from Chicago, which again, I don't think could ever happen, but just tossing out names here. DJ Moore. Let's go get a Brandon Ayuk again from San Francisco. Let's go figure that one out. If you're laying out those names and you say, Aaron, what one would you prefer? Different conversation. But if you're saying, here's the bottom of the barrel, worst guys possible, who would you like? I don't care that him and Allen Lazard played together. Like, I look at it and go, who's going to be the cheapest option to come in here that if they don't succeed, it means nothing to us now or in the future? That is not Allen Lazard. Allen Lazard is the worst of the group because you have to give up trade compensation to go get him. Now, if he gets cut, different story, but I don't think he's going to get cut. I don't think that's going to happen, at least not where we sit today. Things could change, but I just don't see it now in the Terry McLaurin. Oh, go ahead. You got thoughts.
Well, I was just going to say the only place where I deviate from you in this whole approach and overview is I really don't want to see them bring in a 1-year wide receiver if just at this point of the season, even if it is to appease Rodgers. I just don't see the value in that right now. What I would love to see and what I would prefer for them to do is get someone who, if he's good for this year, great, but who could be better for 26 and on, because I think there needs to be an insulation surrounding whoever the quarterback is in 2026 and beyond. So I think if the approach is just let's find someone who's familiar with Aaron Rodgers or maybe just can be reliable enough to play in the regular season. I think that is a too short-sighted of an approach for the Steelers to be taking right now. But that's the only other place I sort of deviate from you. I think overall we're pretty much in agreement on what they should be doing with this wide receiver situation.
No, I like that idea. Like I like that. That's, at the end of the day, it's this again. The Steelers are in a weird limbo where Aaron Rodgers means so much to this season, but almost nothing to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's so strange. And you have to treat it and walk that line as if Aaron Rodgers means everything to this season and nothing to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's it's Aaron Rodgers could come to Pittsburgh, win a Super Bowl, and leave afterwards. And I bet you in 10 years, it's like the forgotten year of. It's like, oh, I forgot that the Steelers won the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Like that one doesn't even register. That's what it feels like. It's a weird. I agree with you. You cater for the next one, which makes this one strange. Very, very strange.